Hail Reckoners, we are live and on the air for our marathon playthrough of Firewatch with bio breaks as they become necessary for various indulgences. I've just finished 2 entire cinnamon sugar Pop-Tarts, so I'm jacked. I got an entire pot of black tea next to me, so we should be good to go for quite a while. Let's dive into this. Oh man. The trouble with things that I anticipate as much as this game is the fear that it won't live up to, my expectations. Man, but we'll see. One thing I'm actually a little trepidatious about is there's a horror tag on the Steam page. And I don't do super well with the horror. I'm not going to react. Okay, let's read this. You see, Julia. Am I Julia or am I talking? Do I need to click? I'm going to click. There. She's about your age, late 20s, laughing with well-dressed professors and grad students from nearby CU Boulder. You, Henry, are out drinking with your pals. You approach her. You are drunk. I get to choose. Well, this is going to go poorly no matter which way I choose, I'm pretty sure. Let's go with... I'm really agonizing over this. What's your major? It's a little slightly more subtle, I guess. Not that it really matters. Anyway, you slur the word major and it smells like Coors. You give an awkward smile. Evolutionary biology, she says. And I'm a professor. Cool, you reply. What's yours, she asks. She sniffs the air. Toxicology? Oh, she's witty. So funny. Was it a burn, you ask? She says, definitely. Worried she hurt your feelings, she asks you if you want to split a cheeseburger. 1 week later, you are Julia's boyfriend. Oh, it worked! Fantastic. Are we going to be Firewatch buddies? Use objects with the left mouse button. Can I just use my fists? What is this? Oh, it's a backpack. I will take this backpack. Who knows what was on the floor? Is it my backpack? It's mine now. Finders keepers, I suppose. Can I hit other buttons? No. Okay. Can I take these cinder blocks? Can I use a mop and fire extinguisher? Fire extinguisher seems like it might be useful in a game such as this. I'm assuming it's my car. Yeah, let's go to my car. Load gear. AKA throw backpack casually and back. I've never had a truck. I'm pretty sure, though, I'd throw it in the passenger seat. Anyway, you date for over a year. She drives you absolutely nuts. It's great. Thanks. You move in. You share an apartment near the school with a view of the mountains. You two drink beers out on the deck. You drink beer just about anywhere. Life is good. Is this going to be alcoholic fire induction type thing? Induction? That's a word, right? Julia wants to get a dog. There's a scruffy, undersized beagle. Julia is in love. She wants to bring it with her to class. There's also an intimidating but gentle-eyed German shepherd. Nothing bad could happen to Julia by walking this dog. It's badass. German shepherds are boring. Beagles are cool. I think Julia prefers the beagle. Both of these dog names are excellent and top-notch, so we can't really choose. I mean, Mayhem... Actually, for a dog, Mayhem might not be the best name. It's really a cool name. We're going to go with Beagle the Bucket. Bucket's a good dog, and a week later, you've totally forgotten about the other one. Why couldn't we get both again? Whatever. Julia loves him. You love him too. 1979. You talk out on the deck. It's summer. 9:30 p.m., and the heat still radiates off the high desert. What do you think about kids, she asks. Kids? They're not very smart, or good at much. I'm saying, if you and I have a couple little idiots. Presumably... Actually, I have no idea how old I am. She's a professor. So that gives me some indication as to how old she is. I mean, let's just go... That would be pretty good. In that case, we should probably get married. Yeah, I would like that, you say. These kids are going to be screwed up enough. It's probably for the best that their parents are hitched. You say. She's absolutely right. She has got to die. I mean, this is just too much buildup. Why am I here without my wife? As I was saying, horror, yeah, I don't react great in an entertaining way, sadly. Although I could capitalize on it. I just get distraught and stressed. Do not forget to check in. Check in where? Did I forget to check in? I don't want to forget to check in. 2 forks. 1 punch. Where am I? Where am I? Thunder Canyon. Mule Point. God dang it. Supply drop. I cannot. I'm not usually bad at maps. Thoroughfare Trail is not recommended for inexperienced hikers. What does that mean? Is it just hard? Like, is it just musculaturally taxing? Like, it's not really a skill to hiking, right? It's kind of more of an endurance thing. I mean, I hike, but I was looking for a mini-map for a second there. 1980. It's a Thursday night, and Julia is 4 hours late. She doesn't call. You're worried and getting angrier by the minute. She walks in after you've gone to bed. She's not quite drunk, but she's clearly been having a fun time. You fight when she gets between the sheets. I don't want to go passive, but she's drunk, things are going to escalate. I'll talk to her in the morning. How about that? You don't touch each other all night. The next day, you feel guilty for being so angry and ask her about her evening. She says it was great. You hold onto a tiny pill of resentment. You make some coffee and go to work. Julia still likes to draw. She draws plants from her research. She draws all the places you go. She draws you. Oh, this is 1 year later. Yeah, I frolic like a Victoria's Secret model. That's the easiest choice so far. Very nice. This lighting is amazing. I wish the real world was lit like this more frequently than like 3% of the day, 4%, whatever it is. Sunset is way better than sunrise, just for the record. 2 forks. Fire, lookout. Oh, I can read that way. That's cool. Why couldn't I read the map that way? Space to climb over obstructions. I just tapped it, okay. I'm blind. Those vultures are circling. 1982. During the summers, you and Julia enjoy walking Bucket at night. How old is Bucket by now, I wonder? How old is when we adopted him? There's a festival in town. It brings in folks from faraway places. One of them tries to mug you with a knife. Bucket gets kicked. But fuck did it dog, Julia yells. She gets flustered and has trouble speaking when she is stressed. You confront the attacker. I'm gonna scare him away. He still has a knife, and I'm a very scary person. You reach into your pocket like you've got a gun and threaten to kill him. You manage to scare all 3 of you. You manage to scare all 3 of you. Okay, I guess I'm not counting the dog. He runs away. Julia asks to take a different path from that day forward. You say, okay, you don't want to go that way either. From then on, you walk by the river. That sounds pretty pleasant as well, though. I mean, that's... Ooh, 1984. Plans to have kids get waylaid by work. Julia gets offered a job at Yale. Yale is in Connecticut. 2,000 miles away. It's a great job. Associate department chair. She wants to move. You absolutely do not. I absolutely do not. Oh, 2,000 miles commute. Is it like a daily commute or like back for weekends? 2,000 miles is pretty far. It's pretty far. I'll agree if she commutes, but I'm not gonna force her to commute. She can stay. You ask her if she'll commute back and forth. You don't want to move to Connecticut. She says that'll be hard, but she'll do it if you won't move. You tell her not to pass it up if that's what she wants. That's exactly... Okay, I agree with that. That's good. Well written. She agrees. She flies back to Boulder 3 times each semester. Fair enough. 1985. Julia is sent home from Yale on paid leave after having an episode. She had lost it on a colleague for borrowing books that were important to her research. She didn't remember she had happily loaned them to him just 2 days prior. Oh, God. She was found crying in the stairwell. We can talk to someone, or make macaroni and drink wine. We'll talk to someone. Or I suggest it. After seeing multiple doctors and having many tests, they are worried that Julia might be suffering from early onset dementia. She is 41. You both decide to keep it a secret for now. This is... Am I making a trek to scatter her ashes? Is that what I'm doing? Let's look at this journal. Still wearing a wedding ring. Ooh, there I am posing! I look like a plague of grapes. That is hilarious. Nudity, I am sorry, YouTube, for that egregious dickage I just exposed you to. Bucket is getting older. Julia comments that it's kind of nice because he gets in less trouble around the house. A week later, she goes back to the university. I wonder if Mayhem would have died, depending on from the mugger. 1987. Julia's affliction gets worse. She can't remember things in class. Her research is in shambles. She drives her car to the next town over for no particular reason and has to be brought home by the police. She is devastated. She is sent home on permanent medical leave. Some days you get the Julia who calls you a dope and are your unborn child little idiots. Other days you get a stranger. She pulls you into bed to make love. After 5 minutes she goes into a panic believing her dad is at the door. You tell her family. They are crushed and begin to make trips to and from their home in Australia to visit her. For a while your friends come by with little things to brighten the day. She gets worse. 1988. You spend your days following Julia around the house. You count the seconds between the 2 weekly visits from Daniel, the nurse. Danielle. I assume? Daniel? Yeah. He suggests... Yeah, Daniel. He. I was being sexist. I apologize. He suggests that Julia could live somewhere else. Somewhere with 24-hour care. A home. It sits with you for a couple months. Yeah, I mean, professionals, man. I'm assuming I can afford it. Somewhat well. It's making it hard for me to enjoy this beautiful hike. I wonder if there's any like, reason to backtrack. If there's a sprint button, I'd be tempted to deviate from the path a little more. Oh, I can't. My options are severely limited. I kind of want, like... I wish, like, Far Cry had these graphics. Modders, get on that. A stag. If I get... Oh, that was really flamboyant. I wonder if I'd stayed still if I would have done something, like in Riven. Her family agrees with your decision. You find a fantastic place in Boulder and move her there. You see her every day, then every other day. Ah, jeez. You go out to the bar with your old friends. It's not the same. You get the feeling that every wife tells her husband, if you ever put me in a home like Henry did, I will cut your balls off. You slowly decide to not see your old friends that much. All alone. 1989. Julia's sister Susan moves to Boulder to be close to her. She visits her every day. You go with her some of the time. Susan buys you an old typewriter and urges you to use it if you won't see a therapist. You won't. You've always really liked Susan. Oh, I don't want to hook up with Susan. I do like typewriters quite a bit though. Months go by. Bucket dies. He was at least 8 years. That's a decent-ish run. I think he's older than 8 years though. Julia doesn't remember him when you tell her. Sometimes it takes her a minute to lock in on you. In the back of your mind, you believe it's because you see her less and less. And seeing her less and less makes her forget you more, you think. Summer is coming and you see an ad in the paper for a job. You take it. What was I doing before? Oh, jeez. I'm not moving. There... Enter the lookout tower. I will. I'm assuming, hoping, that flashing light means I'm replacing somebody there. There's not gonna be some scurry monster. Maybe it's a flashing warning light. Okay, we got a save state. Good. Hey, there's a little outhouse. So far this intro is friggin' very up-esque, is it not? Oh, that's cool. Ooh, that's cool. Man. And the cricket sound. I look forward to the future when desktop backgrounds can have mutable sound. Mutable, not mutable. Because this would be divine. Just having a video looking out over a forest landscape at like twilight. Oh, it reminds me of college. I used to hike all the time. Okay, no one's here. Turn on the power. What is this, dying light? Use the switch. I did it. I'm a switch user. That's a button. You lying sack. There's a button on a switch, perhaps. What? Oh, hello? Can I pick up the cone? I can pick up the cone! Can I drop it over here?
Two Forks Tower, this is Thoroughfare Tower.
Okay.
Come in.
Look at my big old meaty slab hands. How do I use it? Hold left shift to activate radio. I can do that. Hello. Select a dialogue. Okay. Release left shift to talk to Delilah.
Hello?
Hey, you have a voice.
It's Henry, right?
Yeah.
I'm Delilah.
Yeah, that's what the guy said on the phone.
So, what's wrong with you?
Excuse me?
People take this job to get away from something. So, what's wrong?
But that's not true.
That's a great idea. Go ahead.
Look, I just hiked for 2 days, so I don't really follow whatever it is you're doing right now.
You take a stab at what's wrong with me.
Fine, then can I sleep forever?
Sure, buddy. Okay, now go ahead.
You're rebelling against mother.
Okay, you're probably just rebelling against a mom who wishes you had given her grandkids, by the sound of your voice, at least 15 years ago. You come out here and it really grinds her gears and you love it. Can I sleep now?
Well, she also says I fuck immature men, but in my defense, who wouldn't want a 28-year-old with ambition and energy and some fire in his belly in bed?
Me, I'm going now.
Just a second, now it's my turn.
Better not be
Good night, bye.
fire belly
I
foreshadowing.
don't know anything about you, but maybe you just really like trees. Maybe it's, gosh, maybe it's a borderline fetish. A tree fetish.
Good night.
Good
Look at my
night.
nails.
Welcome to the job.
Boom. Day 1. Okay. I lugged my typewriter all the way here.
Well, I guess good afternoon. You probably slept like a rock. Anyway, there's still a few hours of daylight to get some work in. I can see you at your desk, so call me when you're ready.
Fine. I'm not ready. I want to get up. I don't have any options. Well, let's, sorry, I guess I slept in.
Hey, sorry, guess I slept in.
You got a relaxing, what, 14 hours of sleep? Whew.
Yeah, Jesus, I guess it's what, 6?
6:45.
Whoops.
Don't worry about it. That hike puts everyone out of commission for a day or two. But now that you're up, let me quickly get you acquainted with the job. There's a thing in the middle of your room with a round map on it. Do you see it?
Hi. Report.
Okay, yeah, I see it.
This is the Osborne Firefinder, invented in 1914 by W.B.
Osborne?
Firefinder.
Use this to spot, you guessed it, What the fuck?
What is it?
Nothing. You use this to... Oh, fuck me!
Good God, language, lady.
What?
Out your west-facing window. Are you seeing what I'm seeing?
Which way is Gorham West? And to use compass. Okay.
Are those fucking fireworks?
I don't see him. Oh, I see some smoke.
Well,
Yeah,
this
totally
is
fireworks.
illegal, right?
No. You need to get down there right now and stop them. Fire danger is through the fucking roof.
Is that really my job?
Your job is whatever I say it is. Look, the closest ranger is like 2 days
Says
away.
who?
Go down there and set him straight.
Do I write him a ticket?
Easy there, Dirty Harry.
Well,
Get going. You'll probably need a rope to get down the shale between you and the lake, if I remember right. There should be one in the supply box on the way. The code is 1234. It's actually that for all of them.
How, long is this supposed to take?
convenient.
That's one word for it.
I missed where the safe is supposed to be. Rags. It's a fire hazard. Gotta zoom in. It's gotta be in one of these little cupboards, right? I'm trying to listen to too many things at once. Those are a pretty good food setup. Supplies. Zoom. Zoom on the... Oh wait, I don't want my compass anymore. You can take that away. Take it away, Mr. Piano Man. I want to read these books. Oh wait, maybe the supplies are outside.